Hi everyone, it's Siobhan Hamilton speaking, and I'm going to talk about cash flow today and what the definition of cash flow is and where people may go wrong with their figures. So when you've got your properties and they're generating rent every single month, that is not your cash flow. Okay, what makes an asset is the fact that it puts money into your pocket when all expenses are paid. That is what your cash flow is. So if you're renting out a buy-to-let property, you've got your tenants in there, they're paying rent, fantastic, okay? But you still have expenses that you have to pay for that property. For example, if you used a mortgage to buy that house, you've got mortgage payments to pay every single month. You've also got buildings insurance to pay. That's annual, but you've still got to pay it nevertheless. And if you're using a letting agent, you've got fees to pay to them as well. So after paying all of that, the money left over is your cash flow. Okay, so it's not the rent, it's that money is your cash flow. What you should also be doing, even before that money is your cash flow and you're generating enough where you can draw down a salary and things like that, you should also be putting 10% away every single month, so that when things break down in the property that you have to address, for example, it could be the fence, it could be the roof, it could be the boiler. When things go wrong, you want a reserve of money that you can ultimately dip into and say to, instruct the specialist person for whatever is broken down to go and do the work straight away without having to worry where that money is coming from. So once you've paid your mortgage, once you've paid your letting fees, your insurance is usually annual anyway, but once you've put your monthly operating expenses aside every single month, the rest of that money is your cash flow. With HMOs, it's similar, but you are also going to be paying for the utilities, because when you're renting HMOs, typically it's an all-inclusive type of arrangement. So the rent that people are paying includes council tax, it includes gas, electricity, water, it includes all of that as well, Wi-Fi, TV license. So again, when you're looking at your HMOs, your expenses stack up a little bit more. You've got your mortgage to pay, you've got the utilities that you need to pay, you've got your letting fees that you need to pay as well. But for that reason, you want to really set aside a larger sum of money. I work with 30%. And I work with 30% of my rent every single month is allocated to the bills, the expenses that we have to cover for running the HMO, and also the monthly costs that may occur with the property as and when things break down. So all in all, I allocate 30% for that. The rest of it is the cash flow. This is something that you need to be clear on. We shouldn't be getting our rent and then just automatically drawing a salary from our rent, because our rent, if we've done our calculations right, should more than cover the expenses, and the cash flow is what should be working for you. That's what you should be working with to either go and invest in another project, another refurb, another property, or if once you get to the point where you are getting enough that you can draw down a salary, it's the cash flow that you're doing it from. You're paying any expenses, for example, your mileage or things like that. But speak to your accountant about that, just to make sure that what you're doing is the most tax efficient way of using the cash flow that's building up in your bank account. Okay, I'm not an expert, a tax expert, I'm not a financial expert, so I'm not going to try and provide you with financial advice. That's what the accountants are there for. But essentially, I just wanted to bring that message across, because people that I have come across are unclear what is meant by cash flow. And It's as simple as that. It's when you get paid from when you get your earnings, your salary from your paid job, you'll see on your wage slip gross and net. Your gross is it's your pre-tax money, and your net is once your NI, your tax, if you've got student loan, that goes out as well. Your net is the equivalent of the cash flow. If I haven't made myself clear, please reach out to me, because it's important that you're clear on this information. Like the video if you enjoyed what you heard today. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be aware every time that I upload, and I'll be back again soon with another one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.